muncul kembali untuk Sujin yang dimana?
Oke lah guys, balik lagi ya. Setelah sekian lama kagak upload anjir, gara-gara sakit cok.
Yep. Nih boleh ya
teman-teman. Udah masuk kita di babak knockout stage.
Dibanjirin dulu ya. Kita mau lihat seramai apa.
Udah uang flicker nice. Sini RRQ melawan tim Famos dari Malaysia.
Juga udah rame banget di baku hantam antara
Sujin pakai link sekarang cok.
Beramai-ramai pastinya untuk dapetin M6 Pass yang sudah hadir. Aku udah dapat nih.
Tapi nggak ada Angel lah, nggak ada supportnya dia.
Saya sudah dapat, mau sombong tapi
lawannya ada Chow sama
satu lagi 150.
Khalid anjir.
Kenapa? Aku salah sombong guys.
Awas hati.
Tapi sekarang
Rin.
pertempurannya Rins hampir saja flicker yang tercipta
balas
dan
sih?
Rins menjadi korban tapi langsung dibawa.
Nice, yang dapat hidup.
Satu mid laner.
Oke. Tolong nih ya. Stream bahasa Indonesia nih, jangan
arah EXP
snap lagi
aktif banget juga bantuin power gang di arah tengah. Ya ini membuat akhirnya adanya pertukaran nyawa menjadi hal yang netral aja nih. Belum ada keunggulan yang bisa terlalu diamankan oleh masing-masing tim.
Ini kalau snap ntar kita pindah ke bahasa Inggris aja lah, yang lebih lancar.
Perbedaan yang signifikan tuh.
Oke, tapi kasih tahu dok ya bagaimana cara menjaga di area mid dok. Sikat le.
Nah,
ini Sorn dari dulu mainnya recall mulu anjir.
Wah rame tuh ya, tapi
halah apa sih ini pindah. Halah mana lama lagi nih kalau nge-snap gini cok. Wih, halah 7. Oke, pindah. Nah.
Chaos is there. The kings versus the anti-heroes,
the
villains. I think there's a chance this could go best 3. This could be a
They can give it away. They can just farm up, wait for Sujin to get to the item power spikes, and the fact that Vamos isn't going for the neutral objective means that right now RRQ are actually playing it really chill. Vamos need to get that early lead to shut down whatever RRQ is
tadi guys.
All right now too, a little bit of poking happening here for this first turtle. It's gonna be started up. There's the jump in though.
AOG from Diamond over to Chibi, Sujin.
Wah, masih dapat anjir loh. Mati tapi dia. Nice, Chibi mati. Yuk, orang-orang. Wah, mati 2. Masih untung sih. Dikit lagi, cok. Sujin. Oh, nggak mau ya. Masih untung sih, masih untung.
You know, they get a couple kills. Yeah, you exactly called that out. You give up some of that objective, but you get the kills and you kind of build up on this. Again, it's the small wins that build up that gold lead that we see often. And, you know, we also just took a look at Kelra's Granger previously. If you caught that matchup against Fnatic Onyx versus SRG, you know, Skylar, same thing. The Granger in the gold lane, it could have been flex. You know, we have seen it flex in the jungle a couple times, but in the gold lane is where I feel like it can really shine, depending on the matchup, depending on how the rest of the game goes, and the set potential too with your roamers. Okay, Zorn taking a couple shots again.
Angkat lagi, nice. Gila, itu enak banget buat nyicil ya si. Siapa namanya sih itu hero baru anjir. Yang dipakai Rins.
Taking their time, slowing things down. Honestly, if we look at the Swiss stage, that's where teams had a falter. You know, it was when
dia tuh lihat minimap skiller. Menang lain anjir lawan Harit cok. Katanya Harit di atas semua Kenapa ini menang anjir?
It really is. I think right now it's all about controlling the early game too, right? We've seen that most teams who have to control the early game
awas, hati-hati. Oke, dia salah nendang. Oke, masih hidup, nice.
Wow!
Nice.
Surprised Edok got away from that.
The sliver of health, man, just barely escaping.
Jangan lupa buat subscribe ya guys. Biar RRQ menang, kalian subscribe dulu nggak sih?
Surprised that that kill wasn't capitalized on. Turtle's gonna be up here though.
Dan subscribe berarti kalian mendoakan RRQ juara M6.
Yang
like juga.
even with that, you know, that Way of the Dragon isn't available just yet. So maybe when Zorn does have that, they might try to make a play for this.
Yes, kita ikut
And try
war.
to get the 2 out of 2 for the Turtles. But right now it's just kind of zoned out.
Susujen
by
lagi jalan,
RRQ.
OTW,
Warlord giving the
OTW.
information, and Zorn is just around the corner. Smooth too, might look for his own
Orangin dulu nggak sih?
to go in.
Way the Dragon over to Edok. That's going to be the knock-up from
Orang.
Warlord. GB walks up, gets stuck.
Ah, kecepatan tuh si Sutsujin cowok. Mati lagi tadi.
From Sutsujin. That's Nada over to Zorn, but he's still able to escape. Smooth in that bush, looking for more.
Oh, Smooth. He's going 1
Mati nggak
versus
sih?
3-4 here. He does get away though. Just barely again utilizing the ultimate to get out of that dodge system, because I'm telling you, man, it's not looking good for the team fight potential when Team Vamos doesn't have the tools in the right place. They've got all the tools they
Habis
need,
energinya anjir.
but the timing
Killer.
of it is not in their favor. Tyrant goes in with Unbreakable.
Yuk, orangin.
They're gonna pull
Nice.
him in. They know he can't
Nice.
escape this time as Smooth goes down.
Good pickoff from RRQ Hoshi. The only thing that Sky Piercer early. Is that his first item? That's Skyler's second
Siapa
item,
Sky
ladies
Piercer?
and gentlemen.
Killer kah?
Very confident on the Granger. Second item, Sky
Iya.
Piercer knows that he probably
Granger,
get most
aku
of the
nggak lihat
kills.
barusan.
And so far he's gotten 2 out of the 5 kills for
Aku lihat
RRQ.
penimap anjir.
Edok opening up things again for the
Tuh,
team. The only thing
junglernya
that
pada
hasn't gone
majang-majangin
RRQ's
lan,
way
anjir.
are the red trees.
Yeah.
Empatnya
I mean,
barbar mulu.
They can just duke things out. They can just battle. They can just go and fight if they want to. Again, you know, the fact that they have a Ling on their side.
Sutsujin belum mati,
Later
dapat
on, they
kill
can put
lagi.
pressure around the map, but I think it's just one of those cases where we've seen this
Suyunya
from
mati
teams
2
before,
tapi dia dapat
where you
turtle
give up.
2.
Maybe you
Gimana
don't
ya?
secure yourselves those first couple turtles, but that first Lord is where this
Sutsujin nunggu
lead, even as
level.
small as it is 1.3k ahead. You
Killer,
have that minor upper hand, and
Killer
then you just go
ada
in with the team
dua
fighting
item
power
anjir.
that the lineup
Mau
brings
bikin
you.
BOD
So it's
dia
up
kah?
to Team Vamos to kind of
Kayaknya
catch up
BOD
here.
deh
They've
itu
got their
dari
first items
itemnya.
locked in. I mean, even here for Chibi, you know, he's had pretty a rough start on the Suyo.
Apa kalau
But he's
Skiller
at least
pakai
kind of
Sky
building
Piercer
up,
berarti
getting to
Rins
where he
kagak
needs to be,
pakai
because
Sky
he's going to
Piercer
have
ya?
to be the one to kind of bob and weave in and out of these fights and rely on Smooth and maybe even Zorn, and to an extent Warlord, depending on what
Yuler,
ultimate Warlord is
gimana
going to
energi
take
dulu?
from RQ
Buat ulti.
Hoshi. And there's a couple good options over here to actually go ahead and copy with that
Udah habis
Valentina.
anjir, gak ada yang
So
kena,
this
cok.
last turtle comes up. See if Team Vamos can actually secure the 3 for 3.
Diren harusnya
So
ngejar
RQ
siapa
once
ya?
again gets in position. Both junglers kind of just staying on that bottom side, clearing that out.
Tetap
And they'll
gangguin
rely on
si
roamers to
Suyo
start
sih
things up here.
menurutku.
Smooth up on the front side.
Purified baited out.
Zorn.
Goes over to Kundo. Will be caught on the back spot. The Dragon
Nendang siapa dia? Nendang Diren anjir.
gets in.
Aduh, hidup juga gak ada follow up anjir, anjir.
Skyler trying to cut away. Skyler able to flicker off the safety, but Smooth goes
Alah.
in and finds the raging sandstorm. Sutsujin in the midst of it all. Tempest ablaze, running away.
Mati banyak banget, cok.
Dyron getting slashed down, looking for the play, but Warlord claims the kill. And
Perang
Team
macam-
Vamos, they should be able to go 3 for 3 on the neutral objective.
Uno, dos, tres,
Alah,
vamos,
jelek
vamos,
banget
vamos. They get
menurutku
3
perangnya,
kills,
cok.
they get 3 turtles. They win that fight. All in exchange for nothing there for RRQ Hoshi. So great switch of momentum. You know, just when you thought maybe they have the advantage with actually fighting, they had a minor lead, they had a couple items on both crucial heroes and lanes here, but it's Team Vamos that comes out with the better
Nih,
fight.
tinggal
Again, it
main
all comes down to what
Lane jauh
angle
doang si
does
Sujin.
Smooth and Zorn set things up for the team, and that's exactly what they have to do. It was
Aduh,
nice too
gimana
because
barusan
Warlord,
perangnya ya?
he was very patient on when he actually initiated into the fight with the beacon. that
Terlalu
he
banyak
took from
libur kah
Rins.
dia?
So great usage of just the timings and the ultimates here for Team Vamos. Now it's up to RRQ
Aduh.
to go ahead and kind
Expect-nya
of
sih
adjust
ngelawan
from that. They did lose all
tim
3
famous
turtles.
kayak
They're
gini
not too
harusnya
far behind though.
easy
They actually
game
can
gak sih?
still contest for that Lord
15
when it
menit
does
ke
come up in
bawah,
about a minute
menang.
from this point. So now the question is RRQ focus somewhere else? Do they actually go ahead and try to get some of the pressure down if that's the tier 1s?
Ya,
Start
beneran lagi,
knocking in
beneran lagi.
the mid lane or the bottom lane, or maybe go for a pick off. The problem is, who do you pick off from here? Who are you actually going to be able to zone in and take out from Team Vamos before the Lord take?
I think at this point you really can't look for the pickoffs here for RRQ, right? They have the
Ini kalau
Ruby,
gini
but
gimana
I don't
lordnya
know
ya?
about the instant
Turtle aja
damage,
kakak
the
dapat
instant
cok 3
one-shot
biji.
here. I don't think they have the instant kill button just yet, right? I don't think Skyler's built enough to actually one-shot some people. So for RRQ, it's really just team fight based right now. They have to wait for the team fights. They have to wait for a big combo to land, whether it's from Dyron,
birunya.
and for sure they need the purple buff on Sutsujin.
There's gonna happen. There's a kick.
Oke, aman.
Raging Sandstorm.
Aman aja.
Only to
Diren
Dyron, though.
keras.
Sutsujin trying to go in. That's a stun as well.
Wih, jagain Sutsujin dulu, cok.
Sutsujin going to the Divine Blades as well. Now Edok terrified in. Good disengage for Team Vamos. They really want to contest this
Ya dapat nih
purple buff,
harusnya.
but RRQ
Tapi
Hoshi
Sujin nggak ada
will be
ulti,
able to
Cok.
secure the purple buff.
That's just a whole lot, man. I mean, if
Aduh,
you
ada
think about
unlock
it, Team
lagi.
Vamos utilizing a lot in that fight where a lot looked like it was happening, but then nothing actually capitalized off it. So ultimately, you go now stall things out. You wait for some of those ultimates to come back
Sabar nggak
up.
sih, sabar
They've
nggak sih?
got nearly all the battle smells except for Smooth. He doesn't
Skiller
have
di
his
atas
2
sendirian,
items also
hati-hati
being picked
Skiller
up here
walaupun nggak ada
on
orang ya
both
di
sides.
minimap.
Even defensively now for Edok, you know, he's got the anti Karas now available. Skylar just got the BOD.
Ya Sujin
and
manjangin bawah dulu
Smooth
harusnya.
just picked up his next
Kan?
item too. So leading into this is going to be an all-out team fight, man.
Nah,
This is
itu
what you
kadang
expect
tenggorokan
for
dari
the
kemarin
first
kagak bisa
Lord
ngomong.
to break out
Buat
with Team
nelen aja
Vamos having a little bit of lead.
susah.
But so far showing that their team fighting is going to be a little bit more troublesome for RRQ Oshi to deal with. Lord started up. It's less than half health. They're going to have to force the fight. Susujin joining the fight here.
Zorn taken
Oh,
out.
Zorn mati, nice.
AOG stolen. Warlord goes out.
Waduh, kemana itu
AOG Raging Sandstorm.
Lordnya.
GB gonna win out the red tree battle. Time to blaze over
Didiamin
Smooth.
Lordnya, anjir.
And the kill. Susujin picking it up. Skylar gunning them down slowly but surely. GB escaping and they got the Lord. So who won that
Dicuekin Lordnya
trade?
sama
2-for-1
RRQ.
special GB.
GB in trouble. Is he going to be able to escape? Taking a couple shots from the Rhapsody.
Ya,
Looking to
Skiller.
clean up Skylar.
Nggak ada
Does he have
energi,
enough range to go in?
anjir.
Flicker
Nice.
in. And Skylar will get the kill.
The Rhapsody from Skylar gets the kill on RRQ. Surely now get the dub in that trade.
Dairon tadi
For the Lord and his Lord
buat
advantage
jaga temen-temennya kali ya dia. Ulti ke sana kagak ke si
I'm actually surprised. I was expecting there's a
TB-nya.
Vamos. Yeah, there's a tier 2. I was expecting Team Vamos to actually just like survive a little bit longer from that, but then, you know, great response from RRQ Oshi. So ultimately they at least hold on to the majority.
Walaupun objektif di si Vamos duitnya beda 500 ya. Masih bisa sih, masih bisa sih, masih bisa. Pilar lebih kaya, Sujin lebih kaya. Diren tuh miskin banget anjir 4.600 Cok.
They're gonna get control of it once again, and still
Agak
it's
farming dari
RRQ
tadi
Hoshi.
dia.
They whittled down that gold lead as small
Yo,
as it was.
yo.
Chibi, he's good.
1v1. Time to blade. GB
Damn,
saves
damn,
it.
nice.
Gets the
Solo kill.
assassination against 3 members that were corralling over.
That's
Gila.
finesse, man. You know,
Nice.
Chibi's been having a
Comeback
difficult
ini kan.
time.
Langsung
It's
meratus
an
tuh lihat guys.
understatement right now. 0-4, and now they're gonna be holding on to the mid lane. But
Ya,
this is
ya,
the
ya.
pressure
Turut
from RRQ
dulu,
now as they go and
turut.
take the tier 2 in the mid. Knowing that the jungler of Team Vamos is it down and out of the picture. Finally,
Okay.
Nets getting the Holy Crystal. So that's going to help some of the power spike now for this Harith. But still, the question is, how are they going to actually
Okay,
get
dapat
favorable
dua
team fights
buff.
when you jungler is lost in the 1v1? And it's still the same
Nice.
thing. You know, there's still the same thing they have to
Untung dia
rely on,
nggak
which
pilih
is Smooth and
Luoyi ya.
Zorn.
Kalau
But
Luoyi sih
even
aku
Zorn
rada
is having a little
deg-degan, Cok.
difficulty. This is all the
Langsung
reason
3.000
why
anjir
when
beda
that
duitnya.
Ruby pick came up,
Kalau
you
Luoyi
can see
soalnya bisa
how
langsung
difficult
di
it is
belakangnya
to
kan.
actually get those pickoffs now with the
Anjir
choke.
tuh
And so far, another turret
udah
goes
siap-siap
down.
di
The
birunya.
gold lead grows.
Wih.
Here's a conceal though. They're gonna make a play.
Dyron caught
Waduh,
all alone way of the
ditendang,
dragon, and you can
Cok.
see the burst, instant kill.
Couldn't even jump.
Nope, no AOG. Purple buff.
Nggak ada purple
Fight
dong.
for it.
Masih dapet coy.
Just kind of swoops on in.
Dia lo-
Of course, gets Rechi. He needs this though, and he's been pretty confident throughout the game, so that'll keep him
Nice
there. But
banget.
still, this is what we expect. You know, some of these exchanges, some of these pickoffs, if you will, even utilizing the conceal. But nonetheless, it's still going to break out into a full fight for that Lord. Once Dyron's
Lordnya
up,
16
you know, he
detik.
doesn't have
Dia
to
nembuk banget soalnya
finalize just
duitnya
yet.
tadi paling
Should've
miskin
kind
saya
of stalled
lihat.
things out. Warlord still holding on to the beacon.
Duitnya
We'll see
dikit
this time around
banget.
Team Vamos if they
Tadi
can secure the Lord again.
4.600
They've been doing
menit
good on the
11.
objectives, but they need to be able to actually withstand some of that overloaded damage being thrown at them
Ayo panjangin dulu.
get the setup in their favor. Because right now Lord is up. You can already see RRQ getting in position. Might force a fight. They know Assistant was up top.
Siapa itu?
Dragon, oh, that's an
Diren.
Skylar's able to flicker out
Baru
to
mati.
safety. Now it's gonna be time to
Yuk,
blaze over the net.
mati tuh
He should
siapa?
be slain. Sujin claiming the 2 blaze.
Nice, nice,
Skylar
mati
dealing
3.
with them. Chibi still there. Warlord
Aduh, Sujin
gets the
mati,
shutdown
Cok.
on
Kampret.
Sujin. It'll be a 3-4-1. RRQ Hoshi will set their sights on their first neutral objective.
Gak apa-apa, objektif Lord aja bisa.
Who cares if our jungler is down? We'll secure this if we can, but look what's happening. Team Vamos, they know what's up.
Tuh, kelihatan
Chibi
tuh.
might try to get, but he's going to get zoned out. Tyron
Dapat tuh.
and Edok. They're going to grab him.
Alah mati tuh kayaknya. Enggak ya? Nice.
Skylar gets the Lord. No way they read this out.
Warlord. He's got to go back.
Okay, he gets out.
He's patient.
Awas.
He has the
Rins.
Crimson Beacon. That's a Purify over from Rins. Warlord goes and
Oke,
escapes
nice.
with the
Dapat
Crimson
Lord
Beacon.
lumayan.
That's where, I mean, he gets the Purify out, you know,
Very
at
good.
least. So
Jagain birunya,
good patience
biru.
there and
Sujin.
really able to go ahead and stay disciplined through it. But yeah, nonetheless, Lord taken. So now
Jadi Vamos
RRQ,
gerakannya
we saw just how
kadang-kadang
decisive the team fights are. Even when you
wadidaw
think
juga, Cok. Kagak
Team
bisa
Vamos would be okay
ditebak.
to fight, they just get collapsed on, and then next thing you know, 2-3 members are already down. So playing into this, Susujin
Untung
also
nih,
picking up the Malefic
cowoknya
Roar
nggak
now
segalak
before this
Coki
push in.
Boy
You can still see both junglers. They might
sama
go in a
cowoknya
1v1
si
again. Trying to
Yawi
maintain that
Waspremnya
wave in
ya.
the bottom lane while the Lord meets up
Damn,
and
harusnya hancur
charges
sih.
on in into the base turret. Idok.
Just with the I'm offended. Oh, forcing the defensive raging Sandstorm. Setsujin.
Doom.
Some of the blaze over the nets. Good Purify out. Setsujin zoning them in the
Yuk,
back.
dapat
As
dua.
Skylar
Nice.
just guns them down. Chibi jumps in. Zorn, way the dragon over to Dyron. Only the tank now.
Loncat.
Caught as well.
Ah, nggak sempet ya. Oke, dapat dua. Lumayan. Mundur.
Land of Dawn. 2 base turrets though for RRQ, and they'll be happy with
Lumayan,
it.
dapat
That's
dua.
all they're going to get.
Charlotte di bawah juga lumayan nice.
Even utilizing the ultimates to set things up, but ultimately Team Vamos is not able to get a team fight in their favor just yet. Maybe if they buy a little more time, another few minutes, you can see the Divine Glaive just being
Prince
picked up here too by
bikin itu kan,
Warlord.
Skypiercer kan.
But even with that, RRQ Hoshi staying disciplined as ever. They'll get the 2 base turrets. They still have that one to get down on the bottom lane. Now for Team Vamos, as they reset, they get kind of recalibrated here. They might look to make a conceal play again. It seems like that's been the trend for them. You know, if they have a conceal available, then they might try to set things up, at least forcing out maybe a revitalize or a purify.
Gila nih.
To have favor for the
Suyunya
next
kagak main,
objective.
Cok.
See how they're also
044
locked in here
keadaannya,
now
anjir.
too to deal with some of that healing that's going on when that revitalizes popped and everything else. So interestingly enough, as it has been for RRQ Hoshi to get these wins in the team fights, they're not massively ahead, and Team Vamos has done a decent job at
Sujin
keeping
nunggu tuh,
things from getting
soalnya
out of control. We've seen
ntar
so
buat
many
persiapan
matches
itu
where the snowball
Lordnya,
builds up
nunggu dia
into,
birunya
a point
awet.
where there's no return almost. But now Team Vamos in a position where they bought themselves some time. They have a lot of space that they still need to work against, you know,
Paling ntar nunggu di
especially
30 detik kayak.
in terms of the
Kayaknya
fact
apa
that 2
20
base
detik kan.
turrets are down. But this is where we see those
Lama-lama juga habis tuh
defensive items
darahnya,
start to
anjir.
come into play
Matiin
too.
satu.
Rose
Nah.
Meteor now picked up by Skylar here to help with some of that magic damage thrown at him.
You can see Setsujin just trying to delay as long as possible here for the purple buff take.
Ah,
He
20
wants to
detikan
have
kan
it
tuh.
when they fight for the
Belasan
Lord.
detik dia baru ambil
He's just
tuh.
waiting for a few more seconds
Oh,
before he
belum
gets
ambil
it.
malah.
Lord is coming down to, what is that, 10 seconds?
Gila.
10 seconds now.
Sabar
And
banget ya.
that's when Setsujin decides to actually go for it. So he'll have the purple buff for quite a while now. They
Oke,
actually
oke,
pop in.
oke.
Whoa, Tyron, caught all
Waduh,
alone. That's
gilirnya,
not a
Cok,
good
langsung dimakan,
move.
anjir.
He gets picked off. Ida goes in for the conceal. They try to go for something back there. Without Tyron, 38 seconds. Those are some long timers. Thorn. Pull back as well, but I'm offended.
Nice.
Another pull back. Storm very low.
Nice.
Sky Piercer to take him down. Setsujin stunned up. Time of the blaze.
Aduh,
Still able to run
Setsujin,
away.
tipis
Dodging
banget.
away from it.
Waduh.
Raging Sandstorm with the flicker. Oh, Setsujin bites the immortality.
Mati,
Now
nice,
that's looking
smooth.
up Synchro Fish and last base gonna take him down. Warlord goes in. That's a stun. And
Skiller.
a shutdown
Wah,
for
Skiller mati,
Chibi.
Cok. Tinggal Idok.
Only Rins left standing.
Waduh.
Idok will be slain. That's a 4-for-2 trade.
And there's a win that
Tapi nggak ada
Team
minion sih,
Vamos
aman sih
needed in
harusnya.
the team fight. They made it happen.
Alah.
First they crashed down on Dyron, they felt good, but then Zorn gets taken down too, but they fight the fight.
Gilirnya empuk banget,
And Team
anjir.
Vamos now in a position to secure this Lord. Maybe they can use this to utilize to march into the base of RRQ. Again, they still have multiple turrets to
Aduh,
work
ini harusnya
against,
yang-
and
wah.
managing the waves pushing in. That's a Lord secured
Waduh.
for Team Vamos.
Waduh.
That's exactly what they needed in that team fight. Now, can this be
Kenapa
enough
nih lawan
to start getting in those base turrets
Vamos
for
aja
RRQ
kini,
Hoshi? Knocking on the
Belum
kingdom
lawan
walls
SRG.
here is what they have to do with this.
Let's take a look at the instant replay to see exactly what happened. Dyron was down. RRQ Hoshi, did they force the fight from Team Vamos? They went out to Zorn, they got the Sky
Jiren nggak
Piercer,
boleh mati
but I
awal
think
sih
they
ini
stayed way
sebenarnya.
too long. That
Dia
was
buat
a
ngerecokin
phenomenal
ntar kalau ada
catch
war.
from Chibi, getting the stun, and then obviously
Smooth.
the pull from Smooth, the Raging Sandstorm. It was a great immortality buy for Setsujin.
Masih
But
mati
then
tadi
Warlord
Setsujin
just
tuh,
jumps
padahal
in
udah
and
ganti immortal dia,
everybody
beli
collapsed
immortal.
together.
Yeah, that was about as smooth as a setup that you can get with a Khalid like that from Smooth. And so with this Lord still in the mid lane, pushing in, you can see some of the cutting going on from Susujin down
Waduh,
to the
hancur
bottom.
dong nih.
They're going to rely on that 4-man defense for now.
Jatuh
While they
minimap.
try to manage that push
Susujin mau
in the
nge-push.
bottom side. Team Vamos says they get prepped up and ready. Lord's going to go in.
Push aja Susujin.
Zorn taunted up. Not a kite. Oh, Edok gets it. I'm offended. Over to a lot of members. Chibi with
Alah.
Soul Sever.
Nggak ada lot ya, nggak ada minion ya.
Jumps into the midst of it all now. Time to play.
Nice.
Finding the kill. Ayoung to the back
Nice.
as well. Sutsujin getting the pick in the back line. That's a winner crown for
Mati.
Warlord. Chibi
Nice.
jumps in as well. That's even a mortality. Chibi claims the killing spree. He's running for his life. There's a minion wave up top, but RRQ Hoshi wants to continue the chase. Diamond trying to find Smooth. He will be able to spot Smooth, and Smooth.
Oke, mati dia.
Okay, decides to actually sacrifice himself.
Langsung bisa nggak sih ini?
Pinning out the flicker from Skylar too.
Wow.
Dyron will have to buy enough time. Will have to try to stop the
Adil
recall
aja,
from
push mid.
Smooth.
And Smooth is just gonna roll on out, man.
Mungkin mati ya.
It's Smooth with it. He's gonna get back to base, and Chibi trying to just delay this push
Okay.
from the minion.
Nice, mati.
Mortality.
Mati dong. Nice.
That was a prediction onto the dash. Chibi low. Last shot. Rins is going for the kill.
Ah,
Chibi
mati juga,
shut
cowok.
down
Cowok
by
mau mati aja
Skylar
lama
Smooth.
banget,
The only
kampret.
left member standing goes to the Raging Sandstorm.
Yes.
Rins is able to space away, and Skylar
That's
gets
his
the
up.
double.
Alah.
And Zorn respawning back in the game.
They bought enough time for them. They should just clear this wave, but talk about effort from Smooth and Chibi to stay in the game 20 plus minutes in. Great chance for them. They can still stay together. You know, they're, what, half a minute away from being up here. So is the Lord. So Team Vamos, based off that, will stay in the game.
11-1-2
So
skiller.
RRQ Hoshi gets ready to
7635.
go for the next objective here. They still want that bottom turret.
Mounting in another siege.
Tunggu sini dapat
Diamond
bawah,
going to the
cok.
bottom lane. That's the mortality buy from Skylar. He goes over the gun down as well. Great. AOG over the net.
Aman aja, aman aja. Nice,
Gun
nice.
down, taken out by Tyron. Purify from Nats. He's going in for some damage. Skylar will be able to
Oh,
space
mati
away in
Natsnya.
time. Meanwhile, in the mid lane. Zorn confident that was a blaze. He will
Nice.
be taken out. RRQ Hoshi
Nang.
with a wipeout and a game
Udah
1 win.
dibilang, cok. Nang, nice
Great
team, nice
effort
team. Jangan lupa
from Team
subscribe.
Vamos, but it will not be
Masih ada,
enough
cok.
to withstand the march in
Subscribe,
from
subscribe.
the Kingdom. RRQ Hoshi
Aduh, jam 2 harusnya lebih galak
takes the
lagi lah ya.
game at 21-12.
Nice team.